Bloody Phoenix, as we're referring to them at points. Look, they can go 1, they can go 2, they can go 3 based on the result of this match. So it's not like they have top 2 secured and they have no incentive to come out guns blazing and take over. What the real incentive is when you go to top 2, that means you get 2 shots in just the rival playoffs alone, and you don't have to worry about potentially G2 and Cloud9, who will be waiting for somebody at the end of those playoffs.
Well, we've talked about how many outcomes could possibly happen, but now it's time to see the action put forth on the field, Stacks.
It will be Shadow, who has been such a tremendous addition to this Charlotte Phoenix team. Now Jay Wismont. Remember when Splice promoted, it was Jay Wismont who was unquestionably the MVP of the season. That shot's gonna go wide, or the ball's gonna go wide, and Karma will take over. Now Shadow to take over for the Phoenix. Only as far as Buddy. Every touch, every mistake amplified as that ball will be collected by Turinturo.
Oh, an aero demo coming out from Karma, and Jaywiz gets it over Buddy. But a good touch there from Thunder. So far, Charlotte Phoenix just looking so aggressive here in game number 1.
Turinturo now having a little bit of trouble with that ball that will be taken away. Jay Wismont throws one high, and here comes Turinturo. Beaten out by Karma. One-on-one against Thunder, and this will be cleared by Buddy. As far as Turinturo, and the save made by Shadow.
That was no easy feat. That one was screaming on target, and Shadow, good 50-50 there, but Turinturo was in the perfect spot, right place, right time, and FMG gonna push forward on offense.
Turinturo will collect this and try to get around Karma, but Shadow is there to help out. Buddy, does that go off of a Charlotte player all the way across, and Thunder did not get a piece. Karma is there, 1-0 Phoenix.
This is all due to this flick coming out from Jay Wismont, gets Turinturo to go up, Thunder to go up, and it's wide open from Karma. She just has to put it in the right place. And a 1-0 lead in favor of Charlotte Phoenix.
So it's Karma from Jay Wismont. There's your first goal. Objective answer from Full Metal Gaming. They answer by watching Buddy get taken out by Karma. Here is Shadow. Had time, but it was an awkward play. Jay Wismont taken out of the play, and Buddy can't get downfield quick enough, so FMG let an opportunity go by. Now Turinturo, that's high. Follow from Thunder, and we're tied.
And FMG just bullying Jay Wismont up and down the field, just taking him out of the equation. Perfect pass from Turinturo. Thunder just comes in to clean up shop.
Right back where we knew we would be. 2:45 to go, and we will have a brief pause as we look at all the players, make sure that everything is all set for them. Hey, there's only the entire season's worth of work on the line, so we might as well make sure that everybody is on equal footing. So 1-1 as it stands right now, and if we get any admin ruling otherwise, we will let you know. 2:45 remaining in game 1, Subi. Hey, it's been the evenly matched game that we thought it would be.
Yeah, I really didn't expect anything less. If you had asked me at the beginning of the season, especially after week 2, I would have said, yeah, Charlotte Phoenix is going to just run the field with FMG. They really started their season slow. They went 1-3, and then different story after that. So far, I haven't lost a game since week 2. Charlotte Phoenix trying to make that streak end here tonight.
Yeah, for FMG, it is the typical Cinderella underdog story that we love so often, whether it's sports or eSports. And for Charlotte Phoenix, yeah, this is essentially David versus Goliath, right? I mean, this is the big giant against the scrappy underdog. And I would imagine any neutral fans out there, I think as so often is the case, they're going to start leaning a little bit towards FMG, especially if they can get a lead in this series.
Oh, absolutely. And we did just get word that the goal is going to count for both teams, so it is going to be 1-1, and I believe there was about 2:45 left on the clock, but player having some issues dropping connection. due to their internet. Let's see if we can get that resolved, because this is a matchup for the ages. This is a storyline that we're going to be talking about for months on end. The implications are huge, and that cannot be understated in this one.
We go back to Europe, the final match of the European Rival Series with Baguette Squad. They needed to win just to play spoiler, and Swoopin was having some issues during that match. All he did was come back, score a few goals, lead Baguette Squad to victory. So, yeah, this sort of thing, I mean, mentally it's got to be taxing, I think, on players, because you get into a rhythm, you're all hyped up, you're ready to go, and then, we're just going to pause for a moment. And I think it's going to be a challenge for some of them to avoid coming down from that high of being, in focus, ready to go. And this now becomes more of a mental battle, I think, as much as it is just making the right inputs.
No, it definitely is. Once you get that adrenaline flowing, you're ready to go until the final second has ticked off the clock, and these teams have to slow down. Yeah. But the good thing is they get to talk about it. And one thing that I would say Charlotte Phoenix has an advantage with is they've got their coach Jimmer, and they've got him in their corner, and they could be working things out right now. Who knows? They could be talking about, okay, the first 2 minutes, I noticed this, X, Y, Z. This is how we're going to combat that. This is how we're going to counter. This is what we need to do. So this break is going to favor Charlotte Phoenix more than it is FMG.
Yeah, the benefits of having an org and FMG as well. Having a coach and having a manager, having a full support staff, I think is so huge for a lot of these teams. A team like RBG, they have a coach and a manager who are two different roles. And Jimmer has been outstanding with this roster going back to when they were Splice. It wouldn't surprise me if he maybe had to make a decision over the offseason like, okay, does somebody else, is somebody else willing to pay a little money here to take his... If I were an org, if I were an RLCS team, and I needed a coach, that's who I'd be looking to because of what he has done with Splice. I mean, you go back to DreamHack Dallas when Karma couldn't play. Lead by example. He goes up. He's like, you know what? Well, we can't get a sub, so I'll just call my own number, whatever.
He could have got a goal, though.
Well, yeah, he could have got a goal. He could have helped out the team a little more on the field, but it was just that willingness to step in there. I mean, that's not an easy position playing on the stage, but he did, and now here we are with his now Charlotte Phoenix team battling with FMG as we are back underway, again starting at the 2:45 mark, 1-1 in game number 1.
The team's actually got a true halftime there, Stacks. They got to go back to the locker rooms and talk it out, but that's not going to happen again as Jay Wiz pushes that ball right into Buddy. Charlotte Phoenix not looking like they missed a step.
That halftime show brought to you by DFH Enterprises. This shot on is going to be cleared away. I think Jay Wismont got a piece of this as it was coming off the crossbar.
He definitely did, and it almost went in due to that.
Now Karma will miss this ball entirely, so Thunder had to come through. But that will leave only Turinturo as Buddy went as well. No lingering effects of whatever had caused the pause earlier as Buddy will play this over to the corner. And now it's Jay Wismont. Needs one more touch to try and corral this ball. He cannot. And Karma challenges right through it. Turinturo looking to center. Intercepted by Jay Wismont. Thunder's got to get there and he won't. Jay Wiz gives Charlotte the lead.
Puts his high IQ on display here, sees the pass coming from a mile away and just launches it all the way downfield. Thunder unable to get back in time, and Charlotte Phoenix take the lead late in game number 1.
So he jumps the passing route, 2-1 the lead for Phoenix. Here is Shadow now, looking to add to it. But at the very least, take some time off the clock. One more touch, well read by Turinturo, rather Thunder. Turinturo is the one here waiting. That ball will go all the way across. Thunder for Bell, Turinturo's waiting. Waterfall down, and he dunks it home.
No way you're gonna save this as a defender when the opponent is barreling in. All momentum is on his side, and he just crashes the ball through the net.
And again, 2-2. We're all tied up again. No pause this time. Everybody is A-OK. And the clock will continue to tick down towards overtime, perhaps, unless FMG can take the lead. They cannot on this trip. Popped up at center. It should be Karma to play. It is. Jay Wismont will stay up, but that's well won by Buddy. Thunder blocked by Shadow. Turinturo trying to find Buddy again. The pressure on from FMG. Just playing Pepper with the corner wall. Trying to break down Charlotte, make him move left or right. Hasn't worked out. Another big clear by the Phoenix.
Very crucial clear from the Phoenix coming out and pushing this ball into the offensive half, but Thunder's already up. FMG so aggressive here, and a nice ground pinch to take the lead late in game one.
Imagine where the comms are here. Yeah, okay, I got his touch, I got his swoop reset. Nope, Thunder just played them all. Pinched it along the ground, nobody playing that angle, and Thunder gives FMG the lead.
With that goal, he goes into the 20-goal territory on the season, and Turinturo with a nice soft shot, but well read by the defense. And Charlotte Phoenix chasing one. They've got one good opportunity downfield, Shadow to Karma, and Karma, no one there, net wide open, no follow-up shot, and Thunder pushes it away.
A little wave dash to get there just in time, and the final seconds burn away. FMG hangs on for dear life.
Man, oh man, Stacks, that is just unheard of. FMG running the field with the Charlotte Phoenix and coming out victorious. Thunder taking his team on his back and carrying them to victory, but Buddy and Turinturo doing their part as well. Turinturo with a goal and an assist, and Buddy getting an assist as well. I mean, we were talking about it earlier on. What separates good teams from great in the rival series is passing plays and all three players getting involved. That's what we're seeing from FMG.
And guess who didn't get involved in the offense for Charlotte Phoenix? There is no G or A for goal or assist next to Shadow. Held completely off the scoreboard for the Charlotte Phoenix. And boy, that's great news for FMG. It's bad news for Chaos, who needs Charlotte to win this match. But remember, Charlotte only needs to win 2 of these games to clinch one of those top 2 spots. So a lot of Rocket League still to be played, Subi.
It still is, but you got to start sweating a little bit if you want your top 2 dreams alive. I mean, they'll still be in the playoffs, but that top 2 spot is so important because you're going against the number 1 or 2 seed, and whoever wins that, you're going to the RLCS. You don't want to have to battle your way into that position.
To reset everybody, if you're just joining us, 1-0 the lead to Full Metal Gaming against Charlotte Phoenix. The only things we know right now, Afterthought has clinched number 2. RBG is somewhere in the 3rd or 4th spot. Everything else is up for grabs between these 2 teams and the idle Chaos Esports Club who are waiting. Jay Wismont got a piece of this ball, but it will fall to Turinturo, and the save is made by Shadow, who has had to make his presence known on the defensive end so far in this series.
Oh, nice challenge there from Jay Wismont. But FMG positioning themselves well all over the field to be able to push this ball right back into the Charlotte Phoenix zone. Shadows up, nice shot down, and Turinturo's there. Look at that car control to get back to the ball. Showing his mechanical skills and showing the shot placement as well.
But Turinturo, when he gets down the field, he does it so quickly. He does it as efficiently as anybody. Not much wasted boost at all, and he's got the early lead for FMG. But Full Metal Gaming, when they signed this team, have they hit the jackpot or what? The way they're playing to close out this season. Jay Wismont's shot, that's going to be high, but a miss off the backboard. Open the door for the Phoenix. Here comes FMG the other way, and it's Karma with the save, Shadow the clear, and Turinturo going against his momentum, trying to keep that play from going any further.
And that ball pinches out back into the blue half. Shadow not expecting that, carrying this ball towards center. Dangerous touch there. This FMG squad so aggressive. They're not going to give you much time to work with at all.
All the way across it goes, left unpossessed for an eternity before it's played down.
Ooh.
What a drop down, and that will be cleared away. Almost a very fortuitous bounce for FMG.
Oh!
And how about Jay Wismont with the dunk?
Jay Wismont says, do a couple more push-ups, pushes his way through the defender. Turinturo gets absolutely posterized.
Sir, yes, sir. 90 seconds in. We're all tied up. These two teams don't have anything between them at all. This is fantastic stuff. And what better way to finish out the entirety of the Rival Series season than this battle for a top 2 spot. Jay Wismont trying to bank one out to Karma. It will be eventually cleared away. Shadow did the next best thing. He didn't get the ball, but he did get a piece of the attacker. It hasn't done much to slow down FMG. They're going to try to get right back downfield, but that's Shadow onto this. He has enough boost to make a play. Did he get it? You bet your money he did.
And I was wondering when he was going to wake up. He does it with no time to spare here in game number 2, getting the flip reset. That is just incredible, Stacks.
2 very loud goals from Jay Wismont, and Shadow have Charlotte Phoenix in business. And they come in rapid succession, which means FMG gonna have to struggle that much more to keep their composure. It is Buddy to clear this ball away. Credited with a save. Got a piece of Jay Wismont. So now Thunder let that first touch get away from him, but he does get that to the corner through Karma. Had a good clear by Jay Wismont to relieve the pressure only for a moment, and Thunder thought about going up, didn't have the angle. Turinturo coming through. Not to be left off the highlight reel, but Jay Wismont stops him.
Buddy flying out of nowhere, trying to read that from his own half. Used a lot of boost, but Karma has nothing, so Turinturo decides to sneak in. And he's coming in, and Shadow turns him away, but Buddy puts the shot on target. The net's open, and Thunder can't make contact as it rings out of the upper 90.
Remember that one. No matter how this series ends up, if FMG don't get into the top 2, or if they don't get into the top 4 at all, what might have been.
Remember the 8th of November, because yes, Stacks, that one's gonna haunt them.
Oh, this will ricochet around, and another chance for Thunder, and this time he gets the kind roll.
Finding the spot where the defense isn't, and Shadow with a mistouch on that one. You can't fault him too much, but Thunder makes the defense pay and ties this game up.
There is no player that is more relieved right now than Thunder, having watched that ball roll in, and I bet his heart sank for just a moment when he had hit the corner of the goal. Another ball center. Thunder can get another, but he's going to be pushed wide. Now Karma against Buddy. That is well defended.
2 in the same corner. This is going to be dangerous. But a good touch there off the back wall from Thunder. That's a very difficult read, and he makes it look easy.
Turinturo will sky one up. Buddy thought about going. He's got to avoid Shadow. Does so. And then Shadow will play that away. He knew it was going to get saved. Back in and deflected around. It's there for Karma. She can get it away from Turinturo. She cannot. Final minute in game number 2. Shadow to Jay Wismont. Bang! Right between the eyes.
And just under a minute to go, Jay Wismont gets the goal. But this pass from Shadow was the difference maker, finding his open teammate who had the angle on target, and they go up by 1.
FMG has had an answer every time Charlotte has pulled in front. Can they do it again? Turinturo taking his time. Karma trying to close the gap. Now Jay Wismont around another attacker. And that's another great win. Jay Wismont and his challenges have been on point, and he'll be rewarded with an assist.
This angle is disgusting. Turinturo goes up, and Karma reads that somehow and puts a hard shot on target, giving the separation goal to the Charlotte Phoenix.
24 seconds remain, and it wouldn't be a miracle for FMG to come back, but it's going to take some work. Turinturo just missing wide. That was the opportunity, I think, for FMG to even have a prayer at getting back into this game. And it looks like Charlotte Phoenix are going to tie things up. But that ball, nope, will be cleared away by Jay Wismont. So, exactly where we expected to be after 2 games. 1 game apiece between FMG and the Charlotte Phoenix.
And the difference maker here, Stacks, in game number 2, you were talking about it after game 1. You see him at the top of the scoreboard there, got the MVP medal just by 2 points, but getting involved is what Shadow needs to do for the Charlotte Phoenix team to be successful, and 5 saves as well. He's just running up and down the field.
So often we've seen these top players, as good an offensive threat that they are, especially Monkey Moon in the European region, you're seeing them have to put in the work on defense as well. And we haven't seen that before in previous seasons. Normally the roles have been pretty well defined. Like someone like Rapid is more of a defender, someone like, say, Aeon is an attacker. But now you're seeing, Shadow is, I think, the best player on the field, I think, all around. And he's having to work on both sides of the field, which we don't see.
All right, you could have argued.
Who you got?
Hey.
Who else you got?
Turinturo.
Okay, Turinturo, he's a heck of a scorer. I'll grant him that. But I don't think he puts in the same defensive work as Shadow does. I don't think he's he's certainly more important to his team than Shadow is, because Shadow is a good supporting.
We could argue that. I think we could argue all night about that.
We could. Do you want to? I mean, hey,
not particularly.
We got another 10, 15 seconds before they get in. Make your last point. What do you got?
You're right.
There we go. That's all I wanted. Filibuster until somebody says I'm right. So, hey, we go into game 3 now, and both these teams, if the pressure's starting to mount, right? I mean, they're getting into the pressure cooker at this point.
I mean, this is where I just love watching Rocket League. I mean, even if I'm not casting it, I'm a fan first. I just like watching good Rocket League matches, and this is what we're getting. This isn't a blowout, and so much is on the line that you can't take your eyes off the screen. Every single touch, every single play, every single ounce of boost that's used is so important.
And every mistake, as mentioned before, is amplified that much more. Everything just becomes it's under a microscope at this point. We're into game 3. Someone is going to move within 1 game of winning this series. For Charlotte Phoenix, remember, if they win this game, they clinch top 2, and Shadow has them off and running.
Stacks, keep your eye on Karma. She's going to fly past your screen, make Thunder jump, doesn't get the touch he wants, and Shadow just fires that one on target.
Dance, puppet, dance. 12 seconds in. Charlotte Phoenix trying to close in on securing at least 2nd place. Shadow will clear it all the way down. Thunder has to deal with it. And that's well done to get it to Turinturo. Then across to Buddy, but Shadow is there to intercept. Now Thunder. He had Buddy to his right, instead played the ball to his left. Turinturo. Play this, he opts to land, and Buddy now, tough angle, and he almost found it.
That angle was so slim, and he still somehow hit the post. Here comes Buddy. Good launch out from Shadow, but Turinturo, he does not get the touch he wanted, and Charlotte Phoenix are gonna have numbers. Thunder bails him out.
Buddy has to get there, and Karma does win the race. Got a demo to go with it as well. But now Buddy, straight down the middle, should be saved. It is. Watch the rebound. Turinturo's up for it, so is Shadow. Turinturo got a second, probably unintended touch. But it has kept FMG in business. Thunder drops down, and this one trickles in.
Sometimes just fortune favors the wicked, and Thunder gets the softest touch on the ball, and you see his teammate swooping in Buddy. The defenders almost have to respect that. Chaos in net, and it's a tie game.
14 miles per hour on its way in. And FMG
scorcher.
Yeah, FMG probably laughing the whole time up until the next kickoff. Now time to focus back up as this ball is cleared downfield, and Buddy will give it a chase up against Karma. Now Turinturo needs that full boost. He does take it out of the zone, but did not get a piece of Jay Wismont. So he kind of took himself out of the play. Thunder to center. That's going to be clear. Jay Wismont beaten out by Turinturo. That ball fortunately finds its way right to Thunder, but a good bump by Karma kills the attack. At least for the moment, that will ricochet off of a Charlotte car, does not end up in the net.
There is not going to be one player that leaves this field not battered and bruised. These guys are just getting so physical in each other's faces, bumping, demoing. And oh, the misplay there. The pass was perfect from Thunder, but Buddy could not connect.
Buddy gonna take his time to get around Karma. Some interference in the net. Turinturo gets the job done.
Turinturo with the dish to his teammate decides to take Jay Wiz out, and Buddy puts it right inside the right post to go ahead in game number 3.
Coming up on the halfway mark. And despite the demo, that ball is in a dangerous spot. Turinturo has it swatted away by Jay Wismont. That was awkward from Shadow, though. He misjudged that, or misjudged the attacker coming on. And FMG are still in business.
Right now.
To send that down, Turinturo. We'll just watch as Shadow plays this. And again, the pressure, it mounts so much, Subi, as we get into the final 2 minutes. And Charlotte Phoenix, they've had an answer. As much as we talk about what FMG has done, Charlotte has been right there with FMG every step of the way.
Yeah, they're not allowing for much, and Karma turned away by Buddy. What a good defensive play there, and Jay Wiz sent aside by Turinturo. The defense holding strong for FMG.
If only you could see Lottie right now. She is watching this and just the ultimate fan every time Charlotte comes close to scoring, and they have had their opportunities. Tell you what, it is hard to cheer against the Charlotte Phoenix team. They are a lot of fun to watch. What a save by Thunder, and then the shot just goes right to Karma, who couldn't do anything to get out of the way.
Oh, no, that's gonna happen from time to time. Get it out of your mind, and they have quickly. Back in the offensive half, here comes Jay Wismont. Shoots on target, but Thunder launches that one up towards mid. Karma pushing once again on offense, can't find the double tap. There's Shadow, he puts it in and ties up game number 3.
Yeah, this ball here, you can see, I think it's gonna be Thunder on the back wall. No, it's Buddy. He starts so far away from the near post, there's no way he can cover that much ground. And Shadow adds an equalizer.
One thing that is not equal in this match, Stacks, is the shot totals. 9 in favor of Charlotte Phoenix and only 4 for FMG, but FMG have looked so dangerous on offense when they get those opportunities.
Well, Charlotte has looked dangerous now that Shadow's involved in the attack, and he'll get the pass out to Jay Wismont.
Jay Wismont with his first goal here in game number 3. He's scored in all 3 now, but the pass coming from Shadow, just picture perfect.
So here's what this means, 41 seconds. If Charlotte can hold on, they will clinch at least a top 2 spot. They'll need to win the series to go number 1. Buddy, flip reset, stopped by Jay Wismont, no follow-up. Down to 22 seconds. Turinturo looking for Buddy, found him. Big shot, saved by Shadow. Another one to the center, nobody home. Karma clears, and that will stay out. It looked like it was online. There is still life for FMG in game 3. Ball rolling through. Oh, very dangerous to Thunder. And now Turinturo, he will collect, but that is snuffed out by Jay Wismont. Ball falling, and the Charlotte Phoenix, now they know they cannot finish outside the top 2. 1 win away from securing the number 1 spot.
What a turn of events in game number 3, Stacks. Just momentum swinging back and forth between both teams. But ultimately, Charlotte Phoenix coming out on top, and the passing plays are almost unstoppable. They're so hard, so fast, and so precise that they're not having to slow down to shoot the ball, and FMG just can't react fast enough. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone out there that could react fast enough.
I mean, it looks like the old Charlotte Phoenix team from game, say, 1 tagged in the other Charlotte Phoenix, the one that you see when Shadow's involved and when he's going at full bore. Boy, they are tough to stop. And hey, Thunda's tried. You know, he's got 4 goals. He is trying. But do or do not. There is no try. And right now, Charlotte Phoenix, again, that step is done. They have clinched top 2. But they still need to win this match to not only clinch number 1, but they also have Chaos Esports Club to play for what it's worth. Chaos now needs Charlotte to finish the job to get top 4.
Yeah, FMG just looking at being outside the top 4, 1 loss away from that happening, and it's been such a storybook season for them. They started off so slow and just been so hot for the past 2 weeks. It would be tragic to see them almost make it to the finish line and come that close to breaking through the tape and missing their mark.
The Full Metal Express is in dire danger of being derailed. This ball cleared across, rather dangerously across the face of the goal. And Charlotte Phoenix are in business to start things off in Game 4. Closeout opportunity in what could be the final game of the Rivals Series, but Turinturo has other plans.
Has other plans indeed, Stacks. He gets that goal, and with that, that is his 32nd of the season. Wastes no time, only 19 seconds into game number 4.
This being the 4th game of the series, he has fallen just under a goal per game. I don't expect him to stay there for very long. Ball will be cleared out around, and Shadow will give way to Karma. That means Shadow can wait and play this ball, which he has. Turinturo got the demo, but Karma takes out Thunda, so they end up even, and now it will be Turinturo.
Oh, and Shadow just spawned there. Perfect timing for him to come into that spot, and a good challenge from Buddy. Gonna push this into the corner. Thunda with a 50-50 as well. Turinturo so dangerous in the air, but that one's gonna go by the wayside as Karma pushes it towards midfield. But Charlotte Phoenix unable to break out of their own half right now. Starting to scramble for boost, but that head down from Karma to get a demo, so important.
And a good thing that ball from Thunda was on its way wide of the goal, because that's fully intended to be a back pass. Had it been between the lines, it was disaster. There is Shadow, his shot saved by Buddy. Now Thunda can begin the counterattack as FMG looks to add on. Again, they do need to win this match, need to come back from down 2-1 to punch their ticket into the rival playoffs. It is between FMG and Chaos Esports Club. Turinturo out towards Thunda. Shadow now. Not going to get another touch as this will be played right back into the zone. I think the Phoenix will be content to play this little back and forth game though, because if there's no great opportunity being found by FMG, then they're under no pressure. They can wait and get back into this game at their leisure. This would be, oh, Shadow having a tough time with that ball. Does get the clear, but not out of harm's way, and Thunda will score.
The ball just sitting, waiting in the box to be touched by someone, and Thunda says, I will oblige you, and puts the second one on the board for FMG.
Number 5 for Thunda in the series. Heavy insurance for Full Metal Gaming, but Charlotte almost got it right back.
Oh, was that one on target?
If it wasn't, it was very close. Turinturo looking for another. Saved by Shadow. Double commit with Karma at the mercy of Buddy, but the shot's right at the defender.
Yeah, Buddy could get no elevation on that shot. Had he, we would be looking at a 3-0 lead in favor of FMG, but they're still sitting comfortable as we just got into the second half. Up by 2. FMG doing well against Charlotte Phoenix.
This ball will be bombed away to be played right back in by Buddy over Shadow, who almost had the soul read. This is saved off the crossbar, still not out of harm's way. Thunda trying to get it away from Karma. That is spectacular defending.
And we've had so many almost great clip-worthy plays here, just turned away by great defensive stances.
There's a nice pass to Buddy, but the shot will be wide and collected by the Phoenix. Ball that will bounce all the way to the opposite corner. Buddy, a lot of boost to work with. And now he has some space to read what Jay Wismont's trying to do. Jay Wiz does a good job getting around him, but he can't keep possession. And every time that FMG brings this ball back into the Charlotte end, the task becomes even taller for the Phoenix.
Minute to go. They want one right now. It would make their jobs so much easier to tie this game up. Shadow with a good touch there, trying to start some offense for the Phoenix, and Jay Wismont with a smart touch into the corner. Has no boost, but he's gonna go for the boost steal. And Karma sees the bump play coming out. Shadow can't get the shot on target, and Turinturo with a great, well-needed clear.
It does look like Charlotte has just about pulled the goalie here. They are getting very active on the offensive end. They know they can't afford to have too many more long clears get down onto their end of the field. Jay Wismont cuts off at midfield. His shot barely stopped by Buddy. Now Shadow over to Jay Wismont, working around to Karma coming on, and the ball cleared away again with 30 to go.
The defense from FMG just so stingy, and it's leading to transition shots, and Thunder gonna send that one in, and FMG are taking us to Game 5.
Absolutely on the shoulders of Thunder, who at one point looked like he might be the scapegoat in one of those games when he missed a sitter. Now he has 6 goals in the series, including a couple of big ones here in Game 4. Turinturo has the other tally for FMG in Game 4. It will not be the last game of the season. That is reserved for Game 5, because why else wouldn't it be? Buddy will just watch as this ball goes downfield. Charlotte Phoenix might get one for the road. They do not. And Thunder will dribble this for as long as he feels like, finally challenged by the Phoenix, and that will do it. Fear FMG. It might be time to do so because the Charlotte Phoenix have watched them stave off elimination.
A shutout in Game 4. I would have never guessed that coming out from the Charlotte Phoenix. They couldn't do anything on offense. They just couldn't get it working for them. And FMG just saw the passing plays trying to develop and just disrupting them left and right. And what more could you ask for?
I know, right? We talk so much about Shadow and Jay Wismont and Turinturo, and of course, it's Thunder who takes over. He's really stealing the show, too. Again, the 6 goals. Doesn't have any assists. Hasn't needed to. He's needed his teammates to set him up. And some of it has been kind of janitor duty, right? I mean, he's not necessarily getting a pass from a teammate. He's cleaning up rebounds. He's scoring on a loose ball sitting in front of the net somewhere.
That just boils down to good positioning. He knows where he needs to be. He's reading the field. He's reading how players are challenging the ball, the angles that they're taking, and seeing that, hey, if this ball squeezes out and just pinches somewhere, I'm going to be in a place to where I could put a shot on target. And it's just happening time after time. And I'm going to be standing up during this entire match, just so you know. I'm going to be jumping up and down for every single goal because there is everything on the line right now for FMG, everything on the line for Chaos eSports. Charlotte Phoenix win. Chaos eSports is in the top 4.
Yes, they are. Comes down to this, 5 minutes. Your whole season boiling down to a single game. Welcome to League Play. Game 5 is indeed underway, and where else but Champions Field to decide it. Ball cleared away by Turinturo. And he will play this over Jay Wismont. And Jay Wiz has to turn around because he's going to need just a little extra boost. He can take the midfield boost. Then he can play this ball and try to find Shadow. Instead, he'll find Karma. She will almost find Shadow. I think a little interference from the defender coming out.
Yeah, I was telling you, Sax, they're seeing those passing plays, trying to develop. They're not allowing the defense to do so, and good passing play to get this ball pushed all the way downfield. Karma's going to come up the sidewall, get pushed out by Buddy, and FMG starting to get to work in the offensive half.
This will be played across to Shadow, around in front, nobody on the weak side. Karma gets there a little late to try and bring the play back around, but it is snuffed out by Thunder. He'll be taken out for his efforts. And that is not a good ball coming across. That is much better to get the ball downfield by the Phoenix.
Yeah, a little mistake, but smart play to pass it over to his teammate to push it all the way past midfield. All three members from Charlotte Phoenix are up. Jay Wiz scrambling all the way back to defense, and they get back in time, gather their senses, and get to work on offense.
And he had to avoid a demo as well. That was not a great touch from Turinturo, but he's made a lot out of it. And now Shadow will reset for the Charlotte Phoenix, who again, they have clinched top 2. They are gunning for number 1. $3,000 extra to the prize pool for what it's worth. This ball will be popped up and taken over by Jay Wiz. Jay Wizmon and Karma, just about the same place with the same ball for the two longtime teammates. Turinturo, after Shadow's taken out, stopped by Jay Wizmon.
And Jay Wizmont had to avoid a demo there. Not easy to do, especially when the number 1 goal scorer is coming down, barreling at you with a shot on target. But here comes Jay Wizmont. Gets turned away by Thunder. And we're nearing halftime, still all tied up. The passing plays are still coming out from Charlotte Phoenix.
Good save by Buddy. This ball will go across. Karma with absolutely nothing in the tank and nothing in sight either. As Shadow took the back boost, he'll have to make that clear, and he does. Karma still looking for any boost as she drove over the back boost. It wasn't there, so now Buddy will have a look and he'll turn away.
Yeah, you saw Thunder there. He got his own boost, but good recognition to know that an opponent was coming behind him. So just tapped his boost once so he could steal the midfield away. And you saw Karma scrambling for a good 15, 20 seconds looking for any type of boost.
Shadow coming on. Rebound. Karma's high. And Turinturo will just collect this and casually stroll downfield. Now Buddy. He's got options. Thunder is one of them. He's got 6. He will not get 7 as Karma beats him to the punch. Turinturo got the ball and his car around the oncoming Shadow. And now Buddy will get this around Jay Wizmont. An opportunity for Full Metal Gaming, but Shadow guides this to the corner.
Near the last minute of gameplay, Stack, still all tied up. But Shadow gonna change that if he has anything to say. Turned away by Thunder. The defense so strong from FMG, but Charlotte Phoenix inching closer and closer towards the net.
And Turinturo made a great reflex save getting to the top corner, and he almost gave FMG the lead and maybe punched their ticket into the playoffs. Now Karma stuffed by Thunder. Jay Wizmont, full tank of boost. Got the shot over. One more. No, it's going to be off. Now Karma was hoping Shadow would take over. Turinturo is missed. Now he has enough boost to make a play. Does not take the corner boost away. And this is cleared out. And fortunately, right at Thunder.
Oh, good touch there from Shadow, but Karma's forced to go up. Thunder going to rotate out. Here comes Turinturo. Defender did get bumped there, but somehow Charlotte Phoenix come away unscathed.
Final 30 seconds with nothing to separate Charlotte and Full Metal Gaming. Thunder has Buddy beneath. Instead, it will be out to Turinturo. FMG's got to rush back. Difficult spot. They're not out of it as Turinturo had no boost. And the shot just missing wide. Down to 10 seconds. Shadow. That is given away to Buddy, and the shot is going to sail up and away. Last opportunity in regulation for FMG. No, look out, almost an own goal off of Buddy. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's still up, and Thunder has to make a last-ditch save. Turinturo, ball on his hood, gets it over 1, and Karma holds on to take us into overtime. Game number 5.
Just go to overtime already, you madmen and mad lass. Here is Karma. Played across, and all you get, we were talking with Turtle earlier, all you get is a 3-second countdown to settle your nerves after that.
Oh, there's no settling your nerves.
Right. Some hands might well be shaking in overtime of Game 5. Not so much for the Phoenix, but definitely for Full Metal Gaming. Imagine how Chaos is feeling right now.
Oh, good touch.
That is great from Buddy, but he did not get the midfield boost. He'll be out of the play for a while. Jay Wizmont will force this through. Trying to find Shadow, he cannot. Now Karma, time and space. This has been a deadly combination, but it's gonna go wide.
Oh, that's a dangerous touch. But Jay Wismont playing so patient all the way back in his own half. Karma with tons of time by one. And Turinturo, good defense there, but they still can't break out of their own half. Shadow off the ceiling, turned away by Thunder.
Now Karma, waiting for the midfield boost. She got it. And the ball going right over towards Shadow. Dangerous time now. Karma! Oh! Buried FMP!
Oh!
What a save by Turo!
Oh, and they break out of their defensive half, push the ball back into Charlotte Phoenix's zone, and most importantly, gather up some boosts and start offense themselves.
This is absolutely amazing. What a finale to the rival series. This will be out of the corner. An opportunity is going to go by the wayside for Full Metal, and the boost goes to Jay Wismont from the ceiling. Don't tell me this is going to be blocked. Now Shadow coming through. Karma trying to redirect in front. This will go all the way through. Now Turinturo. Pop over one. Shadow's right there. And Karma going to save what boost she has to chase this downfield and be in position to set up a winner for Jay Wismont.
Oh.
That is blocked by Turinturo, so Karma has to keep it in.
Good touch there from Shadow to push this forward, and a double touch coming out. Shadow pushing forward. Shadow taking the Phoenix to victory and securing their spot in the top two.
And it goes number one for number one in the league. Shadow, the hero for the Phoenix. And they will have all the cards going into the rival playoffs. And the field is set